All right, welcome back to the episode of Pluto Bros. It's been a while. Today we're gonna go over the bowl games, specifically the New York Six. Not every bowl game. We don't have time for 50 of them or whatever, but we'll go over the New York Six, which is stupid because the NCAA is a sellout. So they didn't even have them on New Year's Day anymore. So it's not even the New York Six. Out of the 6 games, only 2 of them are on New Year's Day, and that's the semifinals. For the playoff. So the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. But otherwise, the rest of them are either on the 29th or the 30th of December. So we'll go over who we think's going to win, who's going to be in the matchup, give predictions. And then we'll see at the end how we did.
All right.
Without further ado, let's get into it.
All right. So first off, we got the Cotton Bowl between Missouri and Ohio State. I think this game's probably going to be the most competitive out of the, 6 games we got? Yeah. It's going to be the most competitive out of the 6, I think. Because we don't know if Marv's playing yet, right? We don't know if he's...
Yeah, Marv hasn't said if he's going to sit out or not, which I could see him doing maybe.
Just won the Blitnikoff, too, tonight.
Yep, he won the Blitnikoff, and he's a finalist for the Heisman, which when we're recording this, it's on Friday. And the ceremony's tomorrow. I don't think he won the Heisman. He won't win the Heisman, but he won the Blitnikoff, which honestly, if you're looking at just numbers, sheer numbers, you could have given it to Malik Neighbors.
Right.
But I think Marv is the best receiver in college football. So
yeah, he is. He's first off the board for sure.
And then
I got Mizzou in that one. I don't know who you got.
I got Missouri too. Again, like I just think the SEC is just a different brand of football.
And Mizzou's flown under the radar for sure this year.
Yeah, Missouri has been. I mean, they played Georgia pretty tight. That was Georgia's toughest game of the year besides Alabama in the SEC championship.
Yep.
And then Ohio State, Kyle McCord, who has played the whole year for them, won big games for them.
Yep.
He just entered the transfer portal, so he won't be playing. So I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have a stud.
They do. I forgot his name, but if he plays and he plays well, does that make Ryan Day kind of look bad? Because all year Kyle McCord was kind of holding that team back.
Yeah.
And if this guy balls out, it's kind of like, all right, we could have had this all year.
And also, if this guy balls out, do they get a guy in the transfer portal like Cam Ward?
We'll see. Ward threw his name in there. Who else threw their name in there? There's some big names in there.
I'm sure, yeah.
Like DJ Ukulele is in there.
Yeah, he's got to be like a fifth-year senior, though, right?
Another guy I saw, I forgot his name, but he was a true freshman this year, and he started at UCLA. And he was like a 5-star coming out.
Really?
Yep. He's a true freshman.
He's transferring?
Yeah, he's in the portal.
Wow,
Dante Moore, that's his name. His name is Dante Moore.
Okay.
He played all year for UCLA, and he's been kind of like rumored as maybe going to Ohio State, which that'd be a big pickup for them.
Yep.
And then the Peach Bowl, you have Ole Miss and Penn State. Penn State, I don't know. They're one of those teams that they're always good, but they're never great.
True.
When
they played Michigan.
Yeah.
It was kind of close, and then
Michigan kind of runs away with it.
Yep.
Same with when they played Ohio State.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Ole Miss. They got blown out by Georgia. They beat LSU. They played Bama pretty close for the most part. Again, it's just a different brand of football. I'm gonna go Ole Miss.
I will also go Ole Miss for all the reasons he just said. So. I mean, Orange Bowl.
This one, I think this is the one that's on the 29th, which is kind of dumb.
Georgia, Florida State. Without Jordan Travis, I don't know how Georgia would ever lose this game. I mean, we could be wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I do not see Georgia losing this one, so I have Georgia.
Yeah, the whole controversy about Florida State not getting to the playoff. If it were most deserving, yes, you'd give it to Florida State. But if you want the best 4 teams in the playoff, they're not going to let Florida State isn't one of the best 4 teams. They might not even be one of the best 6 because they're at 5 and Georgia's at 6. Yeah. I'm putting Georgia over Florida State, obviously, in this game. I hope Georgia kicks the absolute snot out of them so people will realize, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
They shouldn't be in there because if they played Michigan, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Michigan would handle them pretty well, but
Michigan handle Florida State, yeah.
But Michigan, I mean, for the most part, what didn't blow me away versus Iowa. But then again, Iowa's defense is pretty good.
They're good, but 10 points against Iowa when they play Alabama, when they're more physical than Iowa. I don't know.
We'll get into that matchup. That'll be the last matchup we get into.
Yeah.
So then we
got Fiesta Bowl, which is the non-conference team or the non-Power 5 team that made it was Liberty, which I think they're 20 ranked in the country.
Yeah, they're 11-1.
Which I thought it was Tulane, but
they might be 12 or 13. Actually, like
Really?
after when the final rankings went out.
Okay.
Maybe like 20 at the end of the year, but I
Yeah.
think when the final rankings came out,
They're like,
I think they're like 12 or 13.
yeah, they
And then
jumped.
they play Bo Nix in Oregon, and Bo Nix said he's playing in the bowl game.
Yeah, it's
So I have Oregon.
absolutely Oregon.
Probably by 20.
Yeah.
I mean, Liberty's good, but again,
like,
who are you playing?
even though last year when Tulane played USC,
Yeah,
Tulane did win in a shootout, but
that is true. Yeah, that was in the what game was
was
that?
that
Last
the
year?
Fiesta Bowl? No, Goodyear. What's the Goodyear one?
Cotton Bowl.
Yep, yeah, it was the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah. All right, and then yeah, we have
The
Sugar.
semifinals.
Yeah, the semifinals. So the Sugar Bowl is number 2 Washington and number 3 Texas. This one to me is the most interesting one. Because I could see this going either way. Like the Mizzou
Yeah.
Ohio State one, I kind of see going either way, but I'm leaning Mizzou. This one I honestly don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if either team wins. It's just tough because you never know which team you're going to get for both sides.
Very
Like
true.
Washington struggled versus Washington State, but balled out versus Oregon both times they played. You
Which
know?
isn't like very, very hard to beat.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a team twice,
Yep.
and they beat them by a total of 6 points. So that just tells you how tough each game is.
Yep.
Texas, you never know what team you're going to get with them. You know, you might get where they go into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama, or you might get the team that
Lost Oklahoma.
that
and-
can't, like that loses in Red River.
Yep.
So but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Washington, because I think Michael Penix is
Shines.
he's a difference maker, and
Yep.
like he's a veteran. Like Quinn Ewers is older too, but I'm gonna go Michael Penix. I trust Michael Penix. I'm gonna go Washington. Washington finds ways to win
They have all year.
tough games. Yes,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go Washington.
Yeah. If honestly though, I think if it is a close game, I think Washington takes it. But I have Texas going to the college football playoff finals.
I could see either one.
Man, that's gonna be a good game.
That
I
is
think.
gonna be a good game. I think that might be the best one out of this first 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Besides
too. I
like the
think so.
national
I think so.
championship, but I think that's gonna be the best game.
But like the thing about Washington, right, is they're in a high scoring shootout game every single week, right?
Yeah,
And then you play a team like Texas that they're more physical.
they've been in shootouts and they've been in
Yep.
close games.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be curious.
But
to
I mean,
see
Like
what
another
happens.
example of Texas is Kansas State took them down to the wire, and Kansas State beat themselves that game because they went for 2 when they could have took it to OT. So I don't know. You know what I mean?
Was that in Texas?
Yeah, it was in Texas.
That's what I'm saying. Texas each week, it's like you don't know what team you're
Yeah.
gonna get. And also when they beat Alabama, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like, oh, they beat Alabama, they gotta be in. They beat Alabama.
But that's not the same Alabama
No.
team that we've
No.
seen as of late and
No,
throughout the rest of the year after that game.
absolutely not.
The week after that, I think it was either that week or the week after that, they benched Jalen Milrow.
Yep.
And then after that, when he came back, he's playing a different type of football.
Yeah.
Which leads us into our next matchup.
Which is
The
Michigan
Rose Bowl.
and
The
Alabama.
granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl.
Michigan and
This
Alabama.
one, this one's on New Year's Day, which as it should be, because
Yep.
this is the best bowl game there is,
And
obviously.
Yesterday I saw that for the odds they have it as 50-50 for who's gonna win. So
Yeah, I'm gonna look at them actually. I'm gonna look at the spread, who's favored in
Yeah.
it. Wow,
what you got?
wow, this is crazy. Right now in Vegas, Michigan is the favorite to win the whole thing.
Really?
I saw something before. I think this before Alabama got in though. Like 86% of the bets were on Michigan.
Dude, no.
Guess how much they're favored by in this game?
1.5.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I either see it being a tough game or Bama wins. Like just straight up
Yep.
humiliates them.
Yep.
Which honestly I hope and I could see. I could see because that video that came out of Michigan realizing they had to play Alabama over Florida State, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, they do not want to play
They wanted
them.
to play Florida State because they knew, we're going to the national championship regardless. Now you have to beat Nick Saban in playoff football. It's not the same. Jim Harbaugh hasn't been here. Nick Saban has been here.
How many years?
Dude, it's not even close. He's got like 6 national championships. He's been in this situation. He prepares teams for this situation.
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh hasn't even been there like the last 3-4 weeks besides the Big Ten championship.
Yep.
And honestly, they played worse when he was there. Dude, give me Alabama. Give me Alabama by a landslide right now. Give me Alabama. Landslide.
Give me roll top, boy. Come on now. Give me Bama.
Yeah. Give me Bama.
So
And
then
then
we got
national
the-
championship, that sets up Bama. Bama, Washington for me. Give me Bama. Give me Bama, bro.
The rematch. It's hard to beat a team
Bama,
twice.
Texas. It's hard to beat a team twice, especially when that team is
We
playing better than you are.
Yep.
And they definitely weren't the same team that they were when you played them.
Yep. We've seen Washington beat a team twice. That was a really good team in Oregon. I don't think Texas beats Bama in the rematch. I got Saban. I got Bama. I got them probably by, I'll say like a 7. I'll say the 7.
Yeah, real tight.
You know it's going to be a close game.
I say Bama by 20.
20 in the Natty?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was talking semifinal.
Okay,
Not the Natty,
okay.
not the Natty. I mean, shit, maybe the Natty.
Maybe.
But give me Bama by 20 over Michigan, and then Bama winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I got Bama
I
in
like
the whole
that.
thing too. I got it. Yeah, Jalen Milroe's playing just different brand of football.
If Florida State were in, you would have given me Michigan, and you would have given me Washington.
Yeah.
Then we'd have a different conversation because I could see it going either way. Then
I'd have Washington in that.
yeah,
to be honest.
I'd probably have Washington too.
Dude, is it crazy to say? I feel like Michigan has the worst odds out of all these teams to win the Natty.
Yeah,
Like Washington's got a better offense.
I think they just passed the eye test. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they
beat Ohio
everybody.
State.
Oh, they beat everybody. They beat it's like no. Again, it's a different brand of football. You put
Yep.
Michigan in the Big Ten
Yep.
or in the SEC,
SEC is
they're probably losing 1 or 2 games every year. I'm sorry, but it's just true.
No, it is true.
Like they'd probably be like a Mizzou or an Ole
Yeah,
Miss or
yeah.
Mizzou might
Yep.
take Michigan toe to toe. You don't know. So
Yeah,
yeah, I got Bama winning the whole thing.
I got Bama too.
Appreciate you guys watching. This
Yeah.
was fun. We kind of want to start doing more college football content next year, probably.
With that, the new game coming out.
Yep. Because me personally, I like college football more than the NFL. I find it more interesting and stuff like to watch specifically. It's hard to cover because there's a lot of like teams, and a lot of
Yeah,
storylines.
yeah.
But I'm down to do more of that if you guys like
For
it
sure,
too.
for sure. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, let's say yeah. Next summer when the new NCAA game comes out,
Yep.
let us know if you guys want to see some of that.
Yeah, because
we could do like
we might start streaming that,
Yep.
which would be cool. Because we still play 14 all the time.
Yeah.
So when the new one comes out,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some content with that, draw videos and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
As always, looking forward to the future here.
For sure.
Thank you guys for watching. As always,
Deuces.